Welcome back to Tennis Manager, episode number 50, half century mark, and this might be the shortest episode of the entire series so far. Track started today. Past tense, it's already started. I've been super busy all day long, and for this video to come out, past tense yesterday, or no, hold on. I'm filming it yesterday. These don't come out live, but it's already very late in the day. I do not have very much time left to be able to squeeze some work in for today. I have roughly 1 hour left to both record and to go back and edit. So this is going to be pretty short, and the cuts may be a little bit rough. Sorry about that, but I figured a short episode was better than skipping the episode entirely and having to wait a couple more days till the next expected release date to get one out. That being said, let's get to it so that we at least have something of value within the episode today. Uni sits at number 5, but she's treating an injury. We got a few members that are training at the academy, and I'm still intending on signing Uni. There's going to be a decrease to the percentage. I see that. It's obvious. And the demands for her signing bonus are extreme. But as long as we get a multi-year deal, she will make that money back for us. She will earn millions of dollars on a yearly basis. Our cut just keeps thinning out more and more. We will recover the money that we spend. There is a stopping point. Hopefully we don't reach it. The injury, a left Achilles tendon sprain, 13 days. Nos this week, 75, so fourth tier. And he is the 1 seed once again. He's been perfect in these so far. I think 2 for 2. Uni, a second round exit from a 1K, injured. Should not have been participating in the tournament. Did not withdraw herself. Makes 12K getting the win in that first one. That makes me nervous that it wasn't an automatic withdrawal due to the injury. Nos, who was very comfortable in the first round, not so comfortable in the second round, at least not at first. Losing the first set, going 6-2 in the second set looks nice enough. Getting 6-love in the final set puts him comfortably on top, but it took him a bit to get going. Quarterfinal, pretty comfortable. Not overwhelmingly dominant, but pretty comfortable. Egna losing in the quarterfinals, but that's not bad. That's definitely going to earn her some points. She's already established now at that first level without having to worry about qualifiers, so she's well on her way to building towards being a cash cow, but it's going to take her a little while longer than certainly Nos. Less time than it took Uni, though. Quick balance check just up there at the top of the screen. Yes, we have 500,000 now, but more importantly, we just turned into the new month, and you can't really check it from the finances screen very well, but from here we can do a little math and see that we are about 29,000 to the good on a monthly basis right now. We're far enough into the year that most of the upgrades that we established in December or were already started at that time are done. Not completely, and some of them have only been done in the last few days, so I still think that we're not going to get a proper picture where we're at until next month. Should be over 30K, seeing that we're at about 29 now, of monthly profit. It's a good way to help us get those funds pretty quickly. Semis, finally a seeded opponent for us, the 6th seed, 184th ranked opponent, and neither one of the players in the other semi are seeded. So this is our toughest obstacle between us and a third straight 4th tier title. And it was not a very tough challenge. 6-1, 6-3, quite comfortable. 58% again. We've been pretty consistent with that stat line throughout this tournament. They may not be seeded, but they're actually only just over 10 spots behind that 6th seed in the rankings, so just missed a seeding. Let's see if we can finish the job and win another tournament. Balanced 6-3, 6-2, got the win, even 2 percentage points higher, but we were pretty consistent in that upper 50s throughout this tournament. Dominant in service. This was the one time we did not win the Battle of Winners, but we kept this one much cleaner than our opponent with a plus 14 and just 7 unforced errors through 93 points well clear of the 10% happy zone, right? 9.3 would be the 10%. We were at 7. So happy to have us below that mark. That's the one I'm always striving for, is to get below 10% or get to just 10% on the unforced errors. On the forced errors side, also a +2. We had just 7 of those as well. And just like that, we're at the end of the period. That's the first hard season. And for Stoyer, good progress, up about 100 spots in the rankings with 8 wins, 7 losses over that stretch, just above 50%. But considering that Stoyer started so far below all the other players that were in the academy on that current rating, and similar to what we've seen with a number of others like Igna, who was way behind, Sella, who was well behind last year. Not bad to already be securing some wins. Remember, Sella really didn't start winning matches until the very end of the year last year. Speaking of, Sella now starting to find that groove. 11 wins, 5 losses, actually won a tournament, scored a good amount of points, and jumps just over 100 spots in the rankings, now 160. Tobin only gained 50 spots, but actually was pretty dang good. 14 wins, 2 tournaments over that stretch, 78%. Tobin is one that maybe I need to bump up a level, and that's where he'll climb a little bit further. Igna, for just getting into the seniors, just starting out, having no points. She had won 1 match. This time she wins 15. She only lost twice in 5 tournaments, and both of those times were deep enough. 88% win percentage. That's fantastic. That's better than I expected for Igna. She will not last long in the first tier. We'll get her into the second tier definitely before too long. She's got the points now to comfortably participate in the second tier, but I don't want her to start losing all of a sudden. Like her to have a little bit of momentum. The cash is obviously better at a higher level, but I really want to be sure before I make that transition for her. As for Nos, up 88 spots. I said we were going to crack the top 100 this season. We've just entered April. He's 10 spots away. 340 points, 30 wins from 31 matches, just a single loss so far this season. And that was at the Slam, right? He's won everything else. Uni did what I never thought she would manage to do. I figured she'd stay in the top 10 long term. I did not think she'd crack the top 5. Didn't think it was going to happen, but it has happened. 2,400 points. There's $2.25 million. Just like that. One period. One little chunk. 8 tournaments. $2.25 million. That's the academy share. That's the money we brought in. 15%. So if I drop that down to 10%, that's $1.5 million. Increase that to what Uni actually brought in. 15 million in that stretch. So yes, even if we take a pretty healthy cut, if we lose half of what we're making, take half away of what I just made. One stretch, one period, 1.15 million. We could pay off a $500,000 bonus pretty dang fast, pretty quick. 16 wins, 23 matches, 7 losses, 8 tournaments. And she won 1, but she's gonna win the occasional tournament here and there. She's gonna have plenty of deep runs. She, over the course of a year, will make many, many millions of dollars in prize money. A small share sucks. It does cut things down drastically, but we will easily make $500,000 for bonus money. It's just whether it's $1 million or $1.5 million that it's going to take. We already know that it's still not even time to offer right now. It was not a healthy bonus at $400K. Training reports, speed. Sawyer up to an 8. Only had a few training. The others were very busy. Nos's win, 13,800. Stoyer early exit. Sella, Uni, early exits. Uni still recovering. She is in the okay phase now, but Tobin, the only one making a deep run here through the quarters, through the semis now in 3 sets. And Tobin wins the tournament in 2 sets. So that is a junior 60 level, so second tier tournament there. I do think that Tobin is showing that he's ready for third tier. Tobin, the first one to show a level up serve consistency up to a 10. Uni gets focus to an 18. 5 of the 6 members of the academy are quite pleased with their goals right now. Of course, Uni's the only one with the renewable contract that we need to worry about, but Stoyer already up to 324, so hitting 250 is not that far off at this stage. This could be the first time we've ever had the entire team accomplish their goals. Nos still in the 4th tier. I'll skip ahead towards, let's say, the semis, if we make it that far anyway. Nos in the semis. Igna also in the semis of hers. Wildcard 210. That's not the easiest matchup we've had, but it was pretty easy in score lines. 6 love, 6-2, 63% into the final, as is Igna. 3 sets for hers, but she will play in the final. Nos's development has been so incredibly rapid. It's hard to believe that he and Igna, they're the same age. They came through the academy together. So to see them so far apart right now is wild. But hey, we're talking 4th tier senior versus 1st tier senior, and both successful. The gap, I guess, isn't that huge. 7 seed, 188. Took 3 sets, but we get the win against Miyoshi. 56% of points won. We've done a lot of 58 to 60. It was a couple percentage points off, but that actually that's plus 23 points at the end of this thing. Very dominant in service. Wow, I'm not sure I've seen a 12 in aces from one of my players in many years of playing this game. Nos, really solid with his service. Also 5 of 6 on break points. Plus 12 on winners. Minus 3 on unforced errors. Not very clean. Plus 2 on forced errors. But between the winners and the service advantage, we were pretty comfortable, but took 3 sets. Igna loses her final in 3 sets, but Stoyer, forehand consistency, footwork, and balance all leveling up. Sella gets balance up to a 12. Tobin, top spin to a 9. Uni gets to 99%. Her control's almost there. Igna, 2300 for losing the final. That's not a bad start to this level, but another 13-8 for Nos. Uni is back to full health. Sella making the deepest run of the team this week, losing in the quarterfinal. Bit of an off week for the team. Stoyer, tactical skills an 8. Tobin, triple gains, backhand, consistency, volley, and drop shot. Igna, no levels, but close. Nos, also close. Uni, there's control. Control up to a 12. Igna was the only active one this week. It's another quarterfinal exit for her, but she's consistently getting at least 2 wins, if not 3 or 4, in a tournament. So she's doing pretty well. It's moving her up, but I'm not sure I want to jump a level just yet. Tobin, forehand and consistency and speed all going up a level. Igna gets her forehand consistency to an 11. Nos, massive jump in topspin. Wow. 71% there to get that level to a 12. Tybee up to a 10, double digits. Nos almost finished with any single digit numbers. We've got counter and drop shot left to hit a 10. I'm going to end the episode here in just a second due to those time constraints. However, I wanted to get just a little bit more squeezed in, and we're going to do a quick look at rankings. Just see the top 20 to know who's ahead of us. Know who we're chasing. Here's the men's side. Here's the women's side with Uni having slipped a spot down to 6th now. Corneva has gotten ahead of us in the last few weeks. Of course, Uni just missed a 1K tournament with that injury. She did play a couple tournaments through that phase, but she did get denied while injured entry into a tournament. The ones she had already been granted entry to, she kind of played through. But we're ahead of Goff, surprisingly. Juniors, that's starting to matter. We do have some players that are developing rapidly at the junior level that, like Nos, could actually contend given some time. They're not there now. They're not in the top 100 yet, but they are rising rapidly and are still young. So here's our current top 20. It's just changed at the top. Nobody has an overwhelming score right now in the youth ranks. Got a few younger ones that are going to be around for a while. There's only a handful of 18-year-olds in the top 20 on the boys' side. On the girls' side, also quite young. Not very many 18-year-olds. There's a 16-year-old in the top 3. We want to be competing with them sooner rather than later. Almost all academy players on the boys' side. Also, almost entirely academy players. At the senior level, just 4, including uni. Men's side, a little bit more. You got 7 of them in the top 20. But 3 of those are at the back edge. Only 3 top 10 players. That's going to do it for this one, though. Thanks for sticking with me for this short episode. Appreciate you being here. But for now, that's going to have to do it. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.